Let's turn our attention now at 2 minutes after 7 o'clock to Mr. Golding, Sir Mark Golding, the beleaguered leader of the opposition. Last night, PNP man come up on the program, come talk about, we always talking about Mr. Golding. And we're not always talking about Mr. Golding, you know. What we're talking about is government and governance. And Mr. Golding deserves some attention. Government, you see, refers to the formal institutions of the state. Government, parliament. So when you talk about government, you're not only talking about the cabinet, you're talking about the parliament. Every one of them in there is a part of the government. The cabinet, the ministers, and I will tell you this, a lot of people that go to the cabinet meetings are not ministers. And then you have the agencies of government. That's government. Then you have governing. Governing is the act of exercising leadership. Governing is where you set direction. You build consensus. You manage crisis. And you earn the public's trust. There is a difference between government and governing. Your neighbor rights. You must know it, okay? Now, in a Westminster, some people call this Westminster system. Jamaica operates a Westminster system. Under the Westminster system, not Westminster, Westminster, the opposition is part of the government structure. So that, you see that comrade yesterday, last night, don't come here with foolishness, because we don't deal with that. Okay, we are the opposition is part of the government structure, not outside it. The government is the institutions of the state. That is the government, parliament, the Senate, even the local authorities, parish councils, they are part of government. Agencies, government. That is distinct from governing. Governing is, one is the noun, one is the verb. Exercising leadership. The opposition is part of the government. They are to scrutinize policies. They are to offer credible alternatives. And they are to fundamentally demonstrate a readiness to govern. Out of everything else, when you look at the opposition, they must be ready at any time to take the reins of governing, and carry it forward. And I ask you this question tonight. It's not a political question. It's a question that affects the democracy. When you look at the opposition, are you confident, Jamaica, that they can take the baton and govern Jamaica? Is Mark Golding ready to be Prime Minister? Is Julian Robinson ready to be the Finance Minister? Is Dr. Dawes ready to be the Minister of Health? That is how you look at it. And if the opposition fails at governing behavior, even without holding power, which is why this moment is so, I'm looking for a word. It's so important. Because if they fail at governing their behavior, even without holding power, voters often conclude it is unfit to be the government. And one of these evenings, you see, I'm going to put the opposition to the test of governing and see if they pass it. And I'm going to be very fair. I'll bring the matrix and I'll test them. And I will show you and the people of Jamaica if they are ready. Jamaica inherited the Westminster system from the United Kingdom. When we got independence in 1962, the Westminster tradition came down with it. There are some key features in the Westminster parliamentary system. The Prime Minister leads the majority party. In this case, the governing Jamaica Labour Party is the majority. They have 37 seats. They lead, the opposition leader is constitutionally recognized. Comrades that come here, don't come with foolishness. Here, listen. Constitutionally recognized. Debate, decorum, and credibility matter as much as policy. Jamaica has historically have strong leaders of oppositions. Edward Seaga was a leader of the opposition. Bruce Golding, Andrew Holness, Portia Simpson Miller, Dr. Peter Phillips, all were leaders of opposition. The effective opposition use the role to build momentum before elections. You position yourself to govern. It's like you look a woman and you know say the girl is of a particular way, you know, you put yourself together. You can't go look nice girl and, you know, comb up your hair, brush your teeth, shave yourself. You know, put on some nice cologne. Look the part. You go check out the girl. You smell like a fowl. Your teeth them dirty. Your breath smell. You know, beard up yourself. The girl will go run your way. Jamaica is to be courted. The people of Jamaica are to be courted by the opposition. Because they want married to we. They want we take them on. And then now fix up themselves. You understand what I say to you? Thank you for the roses, my dear. Nomar Golden is the leader of the People's National Party. Golden's challenge is not visibility. We see him. Golden's challenge is connection and credibility. Connection and credibility. Good evening, Jamaica. Welcome to the Hello Neighbor show. Welcome to you on YouTube. It is 15 minutes after 7 o'clock in Jamaica. 15 minutes after 8 o'clock in Florida. And tonight we're not just talking politics. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about legitimacy. And ultimately we are talking about the soul of governance. Because I want you to understand, people have been encouraging me to go into politics. Let me tell you this. We're going to fight for this country, you know. Mind you think we are going to surrender this to anyone. We're going to fight for this, you know. It's a free country. We're going to build it for our children and grandchildren, and we're not giving this to nobody. We're not prepared for it. You have to come good. Gone are the days when Jamaicans are just wishy-washy. This now go back to them days, you know. And all of you who are wanting to go into Jamaica House, nobody thinks you are go there. If you not come good. We now send no wishy-washy. Jing bang. Go up to Jamaica House. Them the days done. Remember, we tell you that. This is a free country. The people of Jamaica must take responsibility for their country. No bagga. And we're going to hold, you know, the Prime Minister said that the people of Jamaica are the opposition. We are the opposition. The Hello Neighbor show, Politics Plus Network, Chuck Finley, Protecting Jamaica, Harry Enriquez, Scratchy, and all of you there, Caroline and all of you. We are the government. Derived is we give the power and we're going to hold them accountable. Because before we even call a name, even before we mention Mark Golding, we must begin with a deeper truth. And I may be repeating myself, but I'm doing it because listeners are always joining. If you stay from the beginning, don't get bored. People are always joining the show, so we have to keep going back. So, no arms house. There's a difference between government and governing. Government is structure. Governing is spirit. It is judgment. It is timing. It is connection. It is moral authority. And under the Westminster system, inherited from the United Kingdom and adopted at Jamaica's independence, the opposition is not a spectator. It is a government in waiting. The opposition is a government in waiting. In other words, the country really have two governments, Not one, two. We have two government. One is in the waiting room and the other is on the job. It is for the people of Jamaica to decide when and how they treat with that. Is this a government in waiting? Is the opposition really the government in waiting? What do I wait for? Who do I wait for? Boy, I'm not going to wait a long time if I want to stay. Which means the question tonight is not simply what has the opposition leader done wrong? The real question is what do these missteps reveal about the readiness of the opposition to govern? Not just politically, but philosophically and even spiritually. My listeners, we have much more to talk to you about. But let us tell you now that our WhatsApp number is 876 858 9553. That's a WhatsApp number. And we ask you night after night, when you can, to go to this number. It's a Zelle account, 954-635-8732. Your support is necessary so we can come here night after night. We do have a Cash App, and we also have a e-transfer in Canada. If you appreciate the work we do, we ask that you continue to offer your support in whatever way you can. We don't set the amounts, but I don't think $10 and $20 is too much for you. So please do that. Take a minute to no, sir, I tell you the truth. Some people are ridiculous. It is yeah, take a minute and make sure that is done. You hear? Don't watch the detractors and those people who are whatever you can afford. We appreciate it. We don't put whatever you can afford. We will greatly appreciate it, especially this week. Okay, especially this week. It's important that you do so. So thank you for that. Do what you can. We will greatly appreciate it. For those of you who have done so, I would love to get your names so that I can personally thank you during the program or sometime at the end. Okay, so once you have done so, I will get your name. I'd personally like to reach out to you to tell you thanks tonight. Okay, so thank you in advance for that. We are under a little bit of restriction, but we're going to work through that. In politics, the equivalent question is, what is the essence of a leader? What is the essence of a leader? Because a leader is not just a person. A leader is a symbolic vessel. You know, I'm going to, one of these evenings, tell you why Andrew Holness is shaping up to be such a fantastic leader. The vessel, because there's the convergence of identity. Identity, you see, the convergence of authority, the convergence of trust, the convergence of meaning. And when that vessel is cracked, even slightly, the public senses it. Not always consciously, but they can sense it instinctively. And the challenge to Golding is that he's a cracked vessel. I don't want to be too strong, but I would be very, very, very surprised if Mr. Golding succeeds in politics. The metaphysics of leadership does not suggest that Golding will succeed. He will not become prime minister, no matter how long he stays, because he is operating a crack vessel. And you know, some labor rights are want him to stay. You don't have to worry about that, you know. Don't have to worry about that. Golding's future in Jamaica's politics is a non-starter. Is a cracked vessel. Golding is a cracked vessel. And the people instinctively don't like him. It's not hate. It's an instinct where leadership becomes identity. It's not hating. It's metaphysics. Leadership becomes identity. It becomes meaning. You don't only have the metaphysics, you have the theology of authority. Leadership has always been tied to the idea of calling. Calling. Andrew Holness was appointed to lead and anointed to do this job. Not Golding. This is now theology, not metaphysics, theology. from biblical kings to modern prime ministers, authority is seen as not just elected, but ordained. Ordained. You don't get to Jamaica House because you have money. Hallelujah. You don't get into Jamaica House because you have money. You get in there through ordination. God put you there. Through legitimacy, you could have buy votes from till the cow comes home. Because the scripture tells us, by their fruits, by their fruits, you shall know them. By their what? By their fruits. Not by their speeches, not by their wealth, not by their intentions, but by the outcomes of their actions. And so tonight, we're going to examine the fruits. Stay tuned. We're coming right back with the fruits. Ordained by God. And Gold didn't have no such ordination in his life. Don't make nobody fool you. Don't make nobody fool you.
Listeners, could you please tap the screen and share the live, please?
Mr. Golding has developed a pattern and it's not momentarily, not in moment. Pattern. The weight of history Mr. Golding is associated with the Financial Sector Adjustment Company, FinSAC, alongside figures like Omar Davis. Mr. Golding, the weight of history is against you. This is not just policy history. This is collective memory. And in Jamaica, memory is political currency. Mr. Siaga is dead. He could tell you a little bit about that. The weight of history. Secondly, identity and distance. Mr. Golding says he's a toponaris, a statement that blurred the lines between relatability and elitism. This is a contradiction. Can a leader be of the people while sounding above them? How can you be of the people and you sound above them? Thirdly, symbolism on stage. In theology, symbolism matter. A simple act, taking a chain, becomes layered in society, in a society shaped by colonial history. Leadership requires symbolic awareness. This moment suggests a lapse in it. Mark Golding's missteps. Fourthly, the authenticity question. Simple patois. Language is not just communication, you know. Language is identity embodied in a culture. And when authenticity is questioned, the leader's being, the ontological self, becomes doubtful, not authentic. Number 5, Golding's misstep. An aggressive line of attack against the Prime Minister. Talking about the Prime Minister having 28 bank accounts, when that was not true. In governance, truth is not optional. It is the foundation. You know, if you chat too much, you know, I better you keep quiet. A misstep here becomes not just political. The word is epistemological. Big word. But it's a failure in handling of truth. Golding's misstep. Mr. Golding led a protest against Dennis Strong. Opposition must resist when necessary, but to discern when resistance appears performative. That was a performative act. Pure politics. And let me tell you something. Bravo. Bravo to the people of Jamaica. I tip my hat to you guys. Uno have learned. Uno no longer in the Stone Age. Uno have come out. Bravo to Uno. Yes, my brothers and my sisters. Some of you, like myself, did not have the strength when we were young to be pushed into universities so that we could achieve our full potential. But we're not done. We can see through politics when we see it. We can see through performance. We're not Harvard graduates, but we're not done. Golding's missteps. 7. The breakdown of decorum. So Golding, referring to the Prime Minister as Andrew, in a formal debate. You know, in Westminster, under the Westminster tradition, form is substance. Respect is not weakness. It is order. And clearly the opposition leader does not respect the Prime Minister. Jamaica see through it. Golding's misstep. 8. Post-election narrowing. After the electoral defeat, Mr. Golding focused on supporters rather than the nation. Theologically, this reflects a failure to expand the moral circle. The modern word for that is the tent. You have to widen the tent. All Mr. Golding focuses on is the 400,000 people who vote for him. A leader must say, all of Jamaica is mine to serve. Speak of the people of Jamaica, Mr. Golding. Don't speak of the PNP. Speak of the people of Jamaica. Golding's misstep. 9. Absence of a grand narrative. No defining No defining moment. No unifying vision. I ask anyone listening to me right now, what is Mr. Golding's vision for Jamaica? Put it in the chat if you know. Give me a sentence that captures the opposition leader's vision for Jamaica. I see Hugh Blair joining. Thousands of PNP are listening. Come to the front of the class. Missteps by Mark. Absence of a grand narrative. No defining. Nothing defining. No unifying vision. Philosophically, you see, this is a failure of what they call thelos. Thelos is purpose. Without purpose, leadership drifts. Drifts is a square peg in a round hole. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when at first we set out to deceive. An absence of a grand narrative. Without vision, the people perish. Golding's misstep 10. Reactive leadership. Responding rather than initiating. In metaphysics, this is the difference between cause and effect. Great leaders are causes. Struggling leaders becomes effects. I want to tell you that again. Reactive leadership. Metaphysically, there's a difference. Cause, effect. You look at Wholeness, he's a cause. You look at Golding, he's effect. He's always reacting. Wholeness puts something out, then he reacts. Tell me when you see the opposition call a press conference and use that press conference to outline to the people of Jamaica their vision and alternative. Tell me when. They're always reacting. My God, a good opposition puts a government on the back foot, you know, because they are cause, not effect. And for those of you who think you can compete with Politics Plus, think again, because we are cause. We're not effect. And we are 2 steps ahead of you. Don't test us. Just work with it. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you. Let me get time is going. Time is going. Time is going. Let's not waste too much time with ourselves. Yeah. We're not effect. We don't respond. We set the pace. We set the pace, yeah? And if you turn it up, we're 2 steps ahead. Don't joke. Golding's misstep 11. Emotional disconnection. Politics is not just logic. I'm watching the time. I know my time is almost done. It is feeling. It is feeling. Jamaican leadership has always been felt before it is analyzed. It's a feel. I preach, you know. I know what I'm talking about. You know. You don't just go into church and go into that podium and you know, don't do that. So the emotional disconnection. Politics is not just logic. It is feeling. You have to connect. Finally, Golding's misstep. After losing the 2025 general election, the expected posture was reflection, recalibration, expansion. Instead, the perception, fear around fear, is stagnation. And so the deeper diagnosis, when we step back, what do we see? Not isolated mistakes, but three deep tensions. One, being versus performing. It's leadership, but it is not authentic. It is constructed leadership. You know what they call constructing in flight? You're just adding things as you go along. No clear vision. Two, the elite competence versus popular connection. Can technical ability translate into emotional trust? I don't think so. And thirdly, opposition versus government in waiting. Is the posture one of protest or of preparation? Now in Jamaica, Westminster journey, strong opposition leaders have done three things. One, they build momentum before elections. Two, they unify beyond their base. And three, they project inevitability. Build momentum, unify beyond your base, project inevitability. Has Mark Golding done any of these? None. Missteps after missteps. And so in theology, there's a concept called Kyrios, the appointed time. The appointed time. And it is interesting in looking at the appointed time. The appointed time. Shefreen, bear with me. Bear with me. Because time come. Time has come.
The time has come.
Yeah. The appointed time. Leadership is not just about ability. It is about timing, alignment, readiness. And so tonight, Jamaica must ask, is this a leader who time has come? Is this a leader whose time has come? Or a leader whose moment has passed? Because in the end, elections are not just political events, you know. They are moral judgments rendered by a people. And in a democracy, the people do not merely choose a government. The people reveal what and who they believe in. My neighbors, Mark Golding's misstep, a pattern, not a moment. The leadership challenges facing Mark Golding are not defined by a single controversy, but by an accumulation of missteps that together shape the public's perception. In politics, voters are often less concerned with isolated incidents than with patterns that signal judgment, authenticity, and readiness to govern. For Golding, several episodes from contested claims about Andrew Holness's financial disclosures to symbolic misjudgments in public settings have contributed to a narrative of inconsistency and detachment. These moments matter because Jamaica, Westminster system demands not only critique of the government, but the projection of credibility as a government in waiting. Golding's approach has often appeared reactive rather than visionary, lacking a unifying message that resonates beyond his political base. His attempts at culture alignment, such as engaging in patois, have sometimes been perceived as inauthentic, reinforcing a broader impression of distance from everyday voters. Electability in this context becomes a struggle of connection as much as competence. Jamaican voters historically respond to leaders who embody both relatability and decisive national purpose. When missteps accumulate without clear recalibration, there is solidifying doubts about leadership readiness. Golding's challenge is therefore not merely to oppose effectively, but to convince a wider electorate that he understands and represents them. Until that perception shifts, his path to broad electoral appeal is very, very uncertain.
Give him a laugh. Give him a laugh. Give him that one.
The time has come.